So the 14th event at Boothill in 2019, ready to get the wick fired up and get the candles lit and get this party started. Gailey gonna fire it, and we're on demand on RaceOnTexas.com. Here comes McEachern on the start. Oh boy. Kind of a wild start. They'll hustle off into turns 1 and 2 on the opening lap here. Rolling into 1. All kinds of beating and banging carnage going on the Boothill Speedway right now. As a 27, not on the throttle, holding them up back here. As off of 4, it's Holt leading at 31. It's a logjam back here for 3rd. Yeah, buddy. I didn't see what happened there. What happened? Back underway on the restart. McEachern slides a second as the one-star Cameron Furr, the youngster out of Gladewater, Texas, with that solid second-place performance at Arclotech Speedway last Saturday night, rolls into Boothill with some confidence tonight. Relegated to 4th here behind the 33 as he repels his advance as they roll off into 1. The 31 of Justin Holt holding on to a pretty wheel here, but the McEachern smells blood in the water and will try to take advantage as McEachern back in the saddle of that laser chassis that he performed so well with for Steve Turnage in the 2018-2017 seasons. He'll roll down the front straightaway, stalking the tire tracks of the 31 for the race lead. And here comes Bubba McEachern. 2019 has not been too kind for him. The old lady look has not been on the side for 0, but here comes the hero. He's coming out tonight. He'll roll down. He'll take the race lead by about half of a nose that time at the line. 0 takes the race lead. He'll sling it off into 131 up to the challenge, though. They'll drive and make a little bit of slight kiss of contact, some right side romance in the middle of turns 1 and 2. They'll set their sights down the back straightaway with both their feet all the way through the firewalls. Into 3. McEachern lost a little side bite right there. 31 is up to the challenge. He rolls off of 4. That outside line momentum works for Holt, but still at nearly a dead heat at the line. And a fantastic factory stock heat race to open up tonight here at Boothill, presented by R&R Timber. Down the back straightaway, Holt regains the top spot and repels McEachern and relegates him to 2nd. McEachern back up on the horse, though, will put a whip to it off of turn number 4. The white flag will be coming out this time by from flagman Keith Parker. 31 of Justin Holt. He needs this one in a bad way tonight. And here comes McEachern with a power move down to the inside of 1 and 2. Drove it a little bit too deep and sold it cheap there off the exit and allowed the 31 to put 2 car lengths on him in the 3 and 4 for the final time. Off of 4. He was pressured. He was your leader. He's now your winner of heat race number 1 of the night. Justin Holt wins it. Number 9, Jay tonight. Damn, this race.
I've been telling him. Like, get this Jackson up in the light.
I don't know. Is it? So Cody Robbins in car number 7 tonight for Cody Main. As they roll off of 2, Myers, the man with the plan on the move to the front. He'll dispose of the 11 car, relegate him to 3rd. Myers with his crosshairs down to the back bumper for the race lead. 34 junior Josh Daughtery out front marching to the beat of his own drum, but 55M is marching closer. Only 2 laps are scored. They hustle off into 1. Josh Daughtery is trying to get back up on the winning podium how he was, the way he started off the 2019 season, just came in with a lethal amount of confidence.
Move out the way.
The white is out and a war being waged for second here. The 55M of Cody Myers keeps propelling the advances of the 11 of Dusty Keys, but he's giving him hell for it. The roll off into turns 1 and 2, washing up the bottom side of the racetrack, got into that slick stuff. The 11 loses the ground on 55M. As the 34 junior Josh Daugherty going to roll through 3 and 4 for the final time to the checkers. It's all Josh Daugherty all the time here at Boothill. He wins it in 34 junior. Myers will snag second with the 11 of Keith, who's smoking it up, knocking the Skeeter population down here for you tonight. Oh boy. They go 3 wide for the race lead there as they hustle off into turns 1 and 2 here on heat race number 3 of the night here at the Boothill Speedway. On demand on raceontexas.com. Every lap and every class on demand on Race on Texas. They roll off a 4 door to door for the race lead. 91 of Billy Davis. Billy Davis had a good run here for the King of the Hill. Little bad luck, didn't quite make it all the way to the main event, but nonetheless, we got a great one brewing here. He's on a redemption tour as well as Ty Clampett. I believe that's Ty Clampett in car number 10. Hustles down to his inside. The open wheel modified driver began racing when he was 14 years old. Down the front stretch into 1. He'll take the race lead in 10. The Henderson, Texas youngster rolls off into 1. Just graduated high school. Off a 2 down the back straightaway. The 4 of here comes Boone Evans. The youngsters trying to show up the 33-year-old Billy Davis tonight. Into turn number 3. Davis gets relegated back to 3rd and 91 now. How many go to the main event? The top 4 go to the main event tonight, so they're dancing for the 4th and final transfer spot right now. And how about Austin DuPont? Austin DuPont in his factory stock debut tonight looking good. And just as I say it, the announcer's jinx gets him. Oh, boy. So they hustle into turns 3 and 4 and off of 4. The 4 car giving all kinds of trouble to the 10 of Ty Clampett, the open wheel modified competitor. Bought his first ever car from Chris Hennigan back in 2014, a GRT chassis. And he's making his factory stock debut here in 2019 and now his 5th start. As they roll through turns 3 and 4. The 10 of Ty Clampett out front holding back the advance of the 4, Boone Evans. Boone Evans won his first ever race at the age of 14 years old down the road at Timberline Speedway in Corley. As Evans now trying to get back on the horse and put the whip to it and reel in the 10 of Ty Clampett for the race lead. 91 of Billy Davis within striking distance. They roll through turns 3 and 4. The top 4 again will transfer to tonight's main event, this 8-lap dance. We'll see only 2 more trips around the Boothill Speedway this time. The 10 of Ty Clampett holding onto a pretty wheel and holding back everything they've thrown at him to this juncture. Clampett slowing down a little bit, opens up the door for Evans to get a run. Boone Evans with a feature race win down at Showtime Speedway in Manny, Louisiana, is limited modified here in 2019. Still trying to get that factory stock program corralled. He'll roll it off into 1 and put the pressure on the 10 car. The pair of youngsters out of East Texas going to wage war here in Louisiana tonight. Final turn, final time to the checker flag here in heat race number 3, presented by R&R Timber, and off of 4 to the checker flag from Keith Parker. Ty Clampett wins it. Clampett wins over the 4 of Boone Evans, the 91 of Billy Davis, and 22 of Robert Graham, your 4th and final transfer. Great balls. So Tiffany Welch going to start this one from the pole position in car number 58. Oh, and we have one rolling onto the racetrack right there off the exit. That was pretty dangerous. As Welch from the green, or from the front row here, takes the green as the Club 20 and Neil Kemp, your opening night winner, and Club 20 going to jump out front with the race lead. Here comes Bo Perry now, down the back straightaway into turn number 3 in the 12 car. Last night's winner at Showtime. Got his 7th win of the 2019 season. He rolls his way up to 5th from the tail here early. As you could throw Grandma's quote over the top 5, they roll down the front boulevard back into 1. The Club 20 and Neil Kemp. We call him Steel Neil around here, as he stole $5,000 right out of the hip pocket of Lee Carver from Locksburg, Arkansas at Billy White's Timberline Speedway 2 years ago in the factory stock 50, and the caution is out. He's one of the good guys in our sport. He'll be right on the back bumper of the 58 of Welch. As we put the foot through the firewall for Neil Kemp, we're back underway here at the hill. They head down the boulevard into 1. Here comes Bo Perry. Bo Perry, the one to watch right now. I'm telling you, confidence is a lethal substance in this sport, and he's got a lot of it right now, and he's showing it. Here comes Bo Perry down the back straightaway in 12. Pulling to the outside, as we say it, the 7 of TJ Evans takes a stab to the inside of Steel Neal for the race lead. Off of 4. Here comes TJ. He takes the race lead, and Tiffany Welch pushing him to the front. 7 bringing the 58 along with him. Tiffany Welch up to the challenge tonight, fellas. Here comes the queen of the hill. Into turn number 3, Tiffany Welch sits second now. As Neil Kemp has went from the in-house to the outhouse, he's back to third, trying to get. He's the 4th now. Something going wrong in Club 20. As now down the back straightaway is TJ Evans. He reaches the midpoint of the back straightaway. The 58 of Tiffany Welch putting hell for him, or giving him all he's worth. Off of turn number 4, Welch going to try the low line of the racetrack, put some pressure on him. 2 laps to go this time by shown from veteran flagman Keith Parker. The 7 of TJ Evans has had a very good season. He has checked in. I think he's raced at every daggone racetrack in the great state of Texas this year. A year's not a Friday or Saturday night. You will not find that 7 car competing at a racetrack anywhere around the Arklatex. As he sets his sights down the boulevard into 1. Evans able to separate himself now from the 58 of Welch, as Welch receiving pressure from the 12 of Perry. Again, Perry won his 7th last night of the 2019 season between 3 different racetracks. He's won at Lone Star. He's won here at Boothill, and he won at Arklatex. So 4 different racetracks he's won at, with 7 victories total this season for car 12. And that laser chassis house car for his father, Glenn Perry, out of Bossier City, Louisiana. If you'd like a good margarita, go see my boy Bo at Superior Bar and Grill on a weeknight, because on weekends, this is what he be doing. Sawing on the wheel, and he does a good job of it. Putting pressure on the 58 of Welch for second as it's coming down to it. The white flag is out. Final trip into turns 1 and 2. Welch showing smoke. Oh, my goodness. I thought Pop went the weasel for the 58 car, and Bo Perry gives her a major shot in the shorts on the entry to turn number 3, trying to rattle her cage. She will not be rattled enough, though. Tiffany Welch holds on and snags second over the 12 of Bo Perry. Oh, my God. Yeah, he did. Tesh supports John O. Whittington and a lot of those other guys down in the Houston area. Cody Tupper in the SimpleChurch.tv, Harmon's Automotive and Towing Clips Welding Service number 23. I hate when I can't get the whole freaking lineup out. This racetrack needs lights. And it needs lineups. The 69 of the Marshall Missile, Derek Greasy. The 12 of Racing Jason Ingles. I'm telling you, you got some hungry hounds in this one. And these fellas better get the barking up front, because they're going to run out of time. Brandon Ball. Oh my, Derek Greasy's in the front, a pair of 69s. I don't know what the heck just happened. His uncle Ricky Ingles. Ricky's been the dominant force here this season with 3 victories. The lights are out. We're back underway on original restart. It's Boone Evans.
need that.
You got time.
4-0. David Anderson.
Good for them. Ugh. I can't eat. Top 5 go to the main event. Top 5 go to the dance tonight. The rest will have to come out of a B. The 15-year-old Nick Lent and then the L51, the reigning Rose Bowl champion, and Dylan Spear, the $5,000 winner of the Battle of Boothill, as they hustle off into one. Here comes Brent Tidwell for the race lead. Tidwell putting pressure on. They're 2 by 2 by 1. Here comes Ingalls in 81. It's heating up at Boothill off of turn number 4. The 20th Tidwell putting the pressure on Anderson. And the 20 car, Brent Tidwell's feeling himself. He has got a power run there off the exit of turn number 2, and it's working all the way to his advantage. The 20 car, Brent Tidwell, has been up on the wheel here lately, and he'll roll to the inside for the race lead. I'm telling you, man, Brent Tidwell has stepped his game up. He raced very well at Arklatex, finished second there, repelled Derek Grigsby, finished third that night. Seen Derek made a comment of it on Facebook, said, hey man, you're going to slow the hell down. As right now the top 5 getting closer to one another, and you can fit them underneath Grandma's quilt right now. They're door-to-door still for the race lead. Still door-to-door for the race lead. The 20 got a slide up in front. He washes up on the nose, and oh boy, they make contact. And here comes Ingalls. I'm telling you, got a dogfight here, folks. I don't know if you like it, but I love it. Off of turn number 4, the 20th Tidwell going to jump out front with the race lead. 20th Tidwell leads in the IRP race car. A pair of IRPs 1 and 2 and 3 right now as Ingalls going to throw his hat in the ring. He'll go to third now. Putting the 0 of Anderson. Oh, and nearly contact there with the 51 of Nick Lent. Off of 4, the white flag is out for the Harleton, Texas racer, the 26-year-old Brent Tidwell into 1. Tidwell hustles, marches to the beat of his own drum in 20. Oh my goodness, that was close. Ricky Ingalls washed up with the front end, put pressure on the 22 Magnum. He'll fire a bullet, no blanks for 22 Mag. The Marshall Texan Dylan Spear, he won $5,000 here back in June, and they'll drag race to the line. He holds off the 81 of Ingalls for second. Outside of Ben Leedy, it'll be the 14 junior, the 18-year-old of El Dorado, Arkansas, Michael King Jr. The K1 of Stephen yeah. That is so unnecessarily uncalled for. Chad DuPont, we known that yet?
They didn't bring us anything. I don't have them.
Hey, Linda Horn, if you have a lineup just to verify, the 57, I'm going to assume that's Chad DuPont maybe, because he mentioned he may get a late model. And we're underway. And John O. Whittington at the tail. We're underway here in the 1. It's an elbows up, hammer down kind of Saturday night special. And around went the 57, but no harm, no foul. He'll keep it clean and he'll keep it green. We'll roll through 3 and 4. Off of 4 to the race lead. It's the 15-year-old out of Katy, Texas. Colton Horner out front. It's a hammer down, quick Boothill Speedway surface tonight, baby. And off of 2, getting a little loose there off the exit of 2, opens up the door for Brett Frazier. Here comes Frazier. He'll fire one down on the inside. The jet. Brett Frazier's got the aviators on, and we get caution. Going to be sawing on it when we go down to the green. The 15-year-old of the Katy, Texas youngster, Colton Horner, out front with the lead. Morgan Bagley to the outside of 2. We're underway off of 4. Here we go. Slinging them off into 1. Morgan Bagley got to go to restart. Here he comes. Way up top where Grandpa keeps the good bourbon. He'll pull to the back of the 56 of Horner for the race lead. Here comes Frazier now. He'll work the bottom. Work it well. To the inside, a little bit of slight kiss of contact. Here comes Mo Bags. Morgan Bagley gonna hustle off into 1. He'll hammer to the outside of the Boothill Speedway. Yeah, I like it. I love it. I want some more of it. Oh boy, what a move by Morgan Bagley. He will sidestep 2 for the price of 1. The Walmart special. Morgan Bagley to the race lead here at Boothill. Horner not done with him yet though. I mentioned it. This young man is up to the challenge. He's nothing less than stellar. He'll roll and hold the second for the time being as the jet Brett Frazier. Again, got the Top Gun anthem playing in his head, and he'll roll through 3 and 4, put the pressure on second of the 56 of Horner. Horner back to the top shelf of the Boothill Speedway, hammers the cushion and hammers the throttle into 1. As Mo Bags out front now, marching to the beat of his own drum. Morgan Bagley last night comes home a solid 3rd. And the main event down at Showtime, and a slide job trying to be thrown by Frazier. He can't get the job done. Put the pressure all the way up to the top shelf. Washing up the racetrack up into the marbles, the 56 of Colton Horner. As now the F1 can set his sights on the rear deck lid of the 14M for the race lead of Morgan Bagley. Frazier may have the quicker car right now, but he has got his work cut out for him. Nothing but time ticking. Into 1. Frazier ripping the Boothill Speedway racing service, sending rooster tails into the Greenwood sky. Into turn number 3. On a warm August night, off of 4, down the boulevard, they head off into 1. Lap traffic. Will it impede the progress for the 14M of Bagley? You got the crate motor underneath the hood for the 7 of Cody Robbins tonight, and it may bottle up the 14M of Bagley. Will not. Off of 4. Frazier still catching him. 2 laps to go. Brett Frazier is coming. Here comes Frazier now. Frazier with his crosshairs dialed to the back spoiler of the 14M of Bagley for the race lead. In the 3 and 4, here comes Frazier. He is rolling off of 4. Down the boulevard to the white flag from Robert Adams this time. White flag waving over high over the Boothill Speedway. Here comes Brett Frazier for the race lead. Can't get the job done. Lost some side bite, lost some momentum as Bagley separates himself by 3 car lengths for 3 and 4 for the final time. Louisiana late model heat race number 1 winner goes to Mo Bags. Morgan Bagley in 14M. Second goes to the F1 of Brett Frazier. Chassis, Century 21 Stewart Timber, sponsor number 6R from DeRidder, Louisiana. That'll be Robbie Stewart. Robbie Stewart in 6R. BJ Robinson pilots the number 1 car starting inside of 3. Raymond Taylor's in T49. The lights are out. We're underway. What is that guy? Into 3 and 4 for the opening lap. Hightower went a little too high, wide, and Hansel on the first trip. He jumped the cushion a little bit, and he's going to fight back tooth and nail to the inside of the 5 of the Catman John Mitchell for the race lead. Here comes B52, putting pressure on 5 of Catman John Mitchell. John Mitchell's won heat races up in Salina, Oklahoma this year with the MLRA series, co-sanctioned with the comp cams. I mentioned that as he's just kind of been racing all over this year. Not dedicated to one particular tour, but you can always bet your hard-earned dollar the Catman going to have some cat scratch fever here at Boot Hill. The site of his first ever super late model victory back on March the 17th of 2001. And Brandon Hightower flirting with disaster tonight. Off of 4, BJ Robinson looking to take advantage. The 2016 P&W Sales super late model champion. BJ last night, second place to Cade Diller down at Showtime Speedway in Manny. And at turn number 3, the B52 repels the one of Robinson who works the hub. He works it well. BJ was racing with a heavy heart here after the loss of his father, Billy Robinson, in September of 2017, and had that throwback 0-1 scheme to pay tribute to the late, great Billy Robinson. And that night, BJ had to come home second to the driver who's leading this one right now, of the 5 of John Mitchell. Mitchell way out front, but the battle is for second. All eyes on second. It's speed 52 of Hightower. Getting breathed down his neck now by Robinson, who finally steps it up to the outside of the Boothill Speedway and elects to hammer the cushion. He'll try the middle lane of the racetrack as B52 washes up the racetrack. Here comes BJ. He'll snag second. Oh, a little bit of contact. Contact at the midpoint of the back straight of the B52. Got all kinds out of sorts, and he just lost the race car through the middle of 3 and 4. Brandon Hightower sets up a donut shop at the bottom of turns 3 and 4. He ain't open for business for very long. He loves getting back to the hill. He's won here several times in his mod and his late model the last couple years. The 5 of John Mitchell going to lead. We'll see if BJ Robinson has anything for him. 6R of Robbie Stewart. We're back underway. They'll roll into turns 1 and 2. BJ Robinson going to look to keep the 5 on us here on this restart late as they roll through 3 and off of turn number 4 this time by. Here comes Robinson, but the checkers are out. The 5 of John Mitchell wins it over the 1 of BJ Robinson. The 6R of Robbie Stewart repels T49 of Raymond Taylor. And that's all she wrote.
I'm sure somebody's got them.
Hey, if anybody has a Zantac, I could use one. I'll pay you for it. Just being honest. My apologies, folks. Jason Beasley and Gene Border on the front row with, oh my. Wow. That's typically what. As Gene, your most recent Pro Mod winner here at the Boothill Speedway, got a little contact there on the start of this one for the 16 of Beasley. As Lazy 8 Two of the more aggressive shoes in the business with the the modern mannered approach for the 8 of Gene Boarder. I always say smooth and easy does it for Gene. He's quick, fast, but he looks a little bit differently getting around this racetrack than some of these young cats who are always up on the horn. As is Gentle Giant Jason Beasley. Maybe not quite so gentle tonight.